Alright, so here we are. I'm just test fitting the Perrin Turbo Inlet, and I already have the car on jacks. I have the bottom skid plate already taken out, and also the bottom panel. So I have, I don't know why they're barking. First off, I want to apologize to you guys as I did a nice full detail install video of the Perrin Turbo Inlet. Unfortunately, some of the videos were corrupt or had no sound, leaving me with this voiceover for you guys. But overall, I will say the installation was quick and easy. Really, no real complications to it. Just follow the instructions that are included with the product and you shouldn't have any issues. If you've installed the electronic boost control solenoid by Grimspeed, or if you've ever taken out the stock turbo inlet, you shouldn't have any issues at all. I will say if you do have the Grimspeed electronic boost control solenoid, which I'm pretty sure 99% of you do, if you do have a tune, please read the very last page, as you do, or you might need an additional vacuum hose to get everything sealed nice and tight. But the electronic boost control solenoid by Grimspeed, the vent tube is just a little bit too short for my liking to get a nice seal. Even though it's just a vent tube, you don't want anything down there leaking. But overall, I will say the overall driving impressions, I can't really tell if there's any more power, but I do feel a little bit better response on the initial tip-in when I'm driving the car around town. One thing I need to show you guys is the difference between the OEM turbo inlet and the Perrin turbo inlet. As you can see in the OEM, there's a bunch of chambers and it necks down a whole bunch right before air goes into the turbo. With the Perrin one, it's just a more direct flow, and there's a velocity stack that is on the adapter of the Perrin turbo inlet that smoothens out the airflow right before it goes into the turbo. So yeah, much improved over stock, and in my honest opinion. So if you're looking for big power, this is definitely a worthy upgrade in my books. So with all that said, I will be redoing a full detailed install video. The reason being, I think there's a very important part with the electronic boost control solenoid that I think you all should see to minimize some of the confusion. So this product should be released on their website soon later this month, depending on when you're watching this video. So stay tuned for that. So I went to Harbor Freight, got one of these rechargeable underhood work lights. I've been wanting one of these for a while. Harbor Freight was having a bunch of good sales, so I figured I picked this up. It was around, I think, $30-something if I remember correctly. Well, hey, why not try it? Definitely not the best one. I've been reading a lot of reviews about these underhood work lights. There are better ones, but at like 10 times the price. But I figured for $30-something, this would do. Much better. Now I could see under the hood. So a lot of you have been asking me, this is actually the #1 question I've been getting from you guys is, why did you pick the Wrx over the STI? So just a little story time for you guys. I'm gonna be quick and straight to the point, don't wanna bore you guys to death. But at the time, I also owned a fully tuned and built G35 that was actually a rocket ship. It would actually run circles around this Wrx, around any autocross or track. But that car, I was in California at the time, shipped it over to Europe where I was working. Got a job in Washington State, and I needed a commuter car that was under 30K, got good gas mileage, and was all-wheel drive. So this Wrx that you see here was intended just to be a everyday car that I could drive in any weather condition. I had no intentions to modify the car, but someone came along with a big wad of cash and wanted to buy the G35. And you know, long story short, I just couldn't refuse that offer, and that G35 had to go, and I was stuck with just a Wrx, and I needed something to tinker with, so I started modifying this car. So yeah, long story short, so that G35, I also drove it around a whole bunch of different racetracks around Europe, including the Nurburgring and Spa. It actually did very well at those racetracks. Bunch of road trips in the G35, France, Europe, all over Italy, you name it. If I could find that car on the used market today, I would totally buy that car back, just for the sentimental value alone. So long story short, that is the reason why I got the Wrx over the STI, is because I also had another fully built and tuned car at that time. So that's the story.
Oh.